You can freehand sketch, you can project and trace, you can use the grid method, whatever you like. Once you have your image on the canvas, then I like to do the darker shadows, and then I'm going to use my blending stump to kind of work it into the canvas a little bit. So I will switch to time lapse because this takes a while. All right, here we go. Now that this first layer of charcoal is done, I'm just gonna ruin it basically. I'm gonna brush it off. Well, apparently I forgot to hit record or stop, or I don't know, but I thought I was recording this whole time and was not. So here's how far I've gotten. I am sorry. Here we go. So I darken the darks, darken the shadows, put in some highlights, made some vegetation kind of in the background and some breath coming out. So next I will try the acetone trick and see how that works. Before I do the next part, sorry, my cat is freaking out over here. Before I do the next part, I'm just putting in a little bit of dark grassy pieces, I guess. And I think I'm gonna make this side a little bit darker so the breath, the steam from his body is more visible. So I'm gonna get a little soft piece here, and probably just make this a little bit darker. So I'm gonna just apply a little bit more charcoal. Ooh, I'm not sure what I want to do there. I'm gonna blend this and see how I like the bottom, and then we'll decide what to do after that. So I'm just gonna blend this in a little bit with my just really rubbing it into the canvas. And you really don't want to skip the step of putting gesso on your underneath your charcoal, because it just really gives a much better surface for applying charcoal onto a canvas. If you don't use enough gesso, it's really hard to use the erasers. So that's just my 2 cents worth, but you can disagree if you'd like to. So now I'm just gonna give the indication of some, well, maybe I'll go down here too. I just want him to stand out a little more. And I think I need just a little bit darker background so that I can make the highlights better, because you can't have highlights without dark. I am also gonna give a plug to my inspiration, which is Joe Pilcher, and he lives here in Utah where I live. I don't know him, but I am very excited. I'm gonna be taking a charcoal workshop class with him on October 11th. I already found a babysitter and I'm very excited. If you would like to check that out, you can find him on Instagram or Facebook. Not sure if he's on TikTok or not, but what amazing talent he has. And he has just really inspired me to take my charcoal to the next level. A little bit more going. Kind of give the illusion of some trees in this background here. Just illusion of trees. We don't need to make trees. Need a little bit more on there. Maybe Alright, I'm just gonna put just a little bit more charcoal right in there to going up, because I want it to look kind of like trees are in the background. I love charcoal. It's very forgiving, and if you don't like it, you can erase it to a certain point. Joel's tutorial that he, tutorial, his workshop, it's supposed to be like at least a 4-hour workshop, so. I was gonna save this one to do, because you can, you're basically doing it live with him, so you have to have your sketch ready to go, and he sends you the instructions and everything, and that was my intent with this one, but I got too excited and wanted to just get going, so that's what I did. Anyway, I think that's pretty good for the first layer. Or, sorry, not first layer. I've done a couple layers, but I think I'm ready to do the next step, which is spraying acetone on this thing, which kind of makes me sick to my stomach, but because if I screw up, it's done. So let's see how that works. All right, you ready for this? This is scary. Actually, I think I'm gonna take my rubber inner. I'm not sure, I had a bigger one and I just don't know what happened to it, but it's a nice soft one. It just kind of removes, well, it can rub it in too, but it just kind of rubs it in, makes. All right, here we go. This is scary. I think he does it pretty close. I'm scared to death here. Okay. I practiced on a cardboard box outside to make sure I had the right amount, but I'm so scared. And I don't want to hit his face too much, so I've got to try to not hit his face because I don't want too much mess on there. So I could use tape. I'm not going to use tape, so I'll probably rip off all the charcoal because I haven't sealed it. I haven't used the workable fixatif yet. So here we go. Hey, I'm kind of liking that. It gives a little interesting kind of texture, doesn't it? Once it dries, then we'll add, I think he seals it with workable fixatif first, and then we'll go in for the adding more darks. We want this to be dramatic, so stay tuned. All right, I'm back with the Krylon workable fixatif. It prevents smudging and kind of seals in between layers. Oh my gosh, I can't get the cap off. There we go. All right, I think we're shook up pretty good here, so I'm just gonna, spray it. Here we go. Ooh, I shouldn't be doing this in my basement. All right, dumb move. I should have taken this outside. Whoa, that is... Sorry guys, wear a mask when you're doing this. It doesn't really add anything. It just seals the layers. You'll see on the next step, or if you go watch any of Joel's videos, which he truly is a talented dude. I'm sure I'm overdoing this. Okay, I think this is dry now. You can see I have a little bit of guck on my hands, but now if I did this before applying the workable fixatif, my hands would be covered with black right now, and my whole thing would be smeared. So it really helps to seal all of that. And one thing that I'm realizing, because the acetone did not make any marks right here, I don't think I had enough charcoal on the canvas in some of these spots to really get that spotted look. So I'll have to do better in the future. My next step here is to find my soft charcoal, which apparently I put somewhere. So now I'm gonna snap a piece off because I like the smaller pieces, but I'm going to go in and start applying more black. This is a soft charcoal. I know, I'm covering up all my work. It's okay. It will come back. So what I want to do, what I don't want to do is screw up my antlers. Okay, I did one last spray with the acetone. At first it was a little shocking, but I think I actually quite like it. So it almost looks like maybe snow or rain. So I like it. I'm gonna leave it. And I'm gonna call this one done. I am going to varnish it in a minute, or maybe later after it's really dry, because I still got to put the fixatif on there. But yeah, I'm really liking this. All right, I brought it outside to put the workable fixative on it this time. So yeah, don't do that in your basement. I know that's a no-brainer, but sometimes I don't have a brain. So anyway, I added a little hill for him to walk up, and yeah, I quite like it actually.